Hello, and thank you for watching this video about freefall. Freefall occurs when the only force acting on an object is the pull of gravity. If nothing is touching an object, that means it is in freefall. But it doesn't have to be just when the object is falling toward Earth. If you throw a ball high up into the air, it's in freefall as soon as it leaves your hand, even when the ball is traveling upwards. Let's talk gravity. Gravity is the force that pulls objects toward each other. Specifically, we're talking about the force of Earth's gravity. That's why when you drop something, it falls to the ground. The acceleration of objects due to the force of gravity is equal to 9.8 meters per second squared. This means that as an object falls toward Earth, it is constantly speeding up. Every second that an object is in free fall, it speeds up by 9.8 meters per second. Or if it's going upwards, it'll slow down by 9.8 meters per second. Let's say I had a tennis ball and I wanted to drop it from a very tall building. Now, don't do this normally. Let's imagine I could do it safely and nobody was below. I'm curious to see how fast it would be traveling and how far it would have fallen after each second. The instant that I release the ball by simply letting go, I'm not throwing it downwards. The time is 0 seconds, its speed is 0 meters per second, and it has fallen 0 meters so far. After 1 second, the ball drops a little bit. It started from moving at 0 meters per second and slowly speeds up as it falls, so it doesn't go super far right away. At 1 second, the ball has a speed of 9.8 meters per second and has fallen 4.9 meters. We know that its speed would be 9.8 meters per second because each second that an object is in free fall, it speeds up by 9.8 meters per second. It started at 0, so after 1 whole second, it is at 9.8 meters per second. Now, after another second, it has dropped quite a bit further. It has picked up some speed, so it's falling faster now. After 2 seconds, its speed is now 19.6 meters per second, which is 9.8 meters per second faster than the previous 1 second. It has now fallen 19.6 meters so far. After another second, it has dropped quite a bit further. It has now been dropping more quickly for 3 seconds. At 3 seconds, its speed has now reached 29.4 meters per second, which is again 9.8 meters per second faster than the previous second. Remember, the acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meters per second. So every second it falls, it speeds up by 9.8 meters per second. It has now fallen 44.1 meters. And after another second, it has dropped even further. It has been dropping for 4 seconds. At 4 seconds, its speed is now 39.2 meters per second, which is 9.8 meters per second faster than at 3 seconds. It has picked up even more speed and has dropped a total of 78.4 meters so far. Now, the whole point that I want you to get from this is that objects fall, they move faster and faster and faster as time goes on. A ball dropped from just above your head won't pick up the same speed as a ball dropped from a very tall building. As objects fall toward Earth, their speed increases by 9.8 meters per second for every second of free fall. They speed up as they fall.